Eating processed foods is hurting your brain, study says. Even 2 cookies can affect your health. Well, first of all, file this under the category of no shit, jackass. Second of all, how many people, raise your hand in the chat, how many people eat processed food on a daily basis? At least 6 out of 7 days of the week. Now, I doubt anyone who's eating 6 out of 7 of the week has like a day where they don't eat processed foods, right? Typically, if it's that. But, I'm trying to, leave you a little room. How many people here eat processed food? What's processed food, you ask? Well, I'll answer that question. Although it's obvious that a diet of hot dogs and ice cream won't lead to a healthy physical life, new research illuminates how ultra-processed foods can also cause a significant decrease in brain function. Now, again, this is something I've said many times. I used to eat like a garbage disposal. I used to eat fast food and ice cream pretty much, from when I was like 6 or 7 years old all the way up until like, I don't know, like a couple years ago, really, like 3 years ago, for like not even like 2 years ago, really. And so I can assure you, just from my own personal experience, I can assure you that brain fog, you might not know that you have brain fog if you've had brain fog your entire life, right? So I want you to understand this. If you can go a month, 2 months without eating processed food on a daily basis. Now, every once in a while, like once or twice a week, you pop a cookie in, you eat something that's not that great, every once, that's fine. But if you can go 5 to 6 days a week eating no processed foods, I guarantee you, you will be happier. I understand you might not understand what that means, right? You will be happier. Right, again, people are used to like a lingering kind of depression. People are used to brain fog, and so it doesn't feel like it's brain fog if that's your default. So I just want to be very clear, like the reason why I do my cooking show is because I can sit here and talk about all of these fucking studies and stuff, and I will continue to do that. But also, a lot of people yelling at them isn't the only thing. You got to show them how to do it. And I myself have recently, over the last couple of years, gotten a lot better at cooking, gotten a lot better at understanding how food works in the body. And again, I just your brain, you don't there's no soul, okay? Like I know some people might get triggered. There's no soul that's independent of your body, right? Your brain is not like a functional, otherworldly dimensional being, like interacting with your physical form, right? Your brain is a part of your body. And when your body is suffering, your brain suffers, right? And again, if your brain is suffering for an extended period of time, you'll think it's normal because it is normal. But again, you can be, the best way in my experience to combat depression is to have a healthy diet, right? It just goes a long way. Anyway, I've done that a little bit. Let's read the article. Research presented Monday at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference in San Diego outlined how foods such as instant noodles, sugary drinks, and frozen meals all play a factor in a faster rate of cognitive decline. Again, what is one of the best ways to combat cognitive decline? Physical exercise, mental stimulation, and a healthy diet. The sooner you start, the longer your brain's going to be functioning. It's that simple. You ever meet someone in their 50s that's got like, what day is it? Who's the president right now? Is it goddamn Jimmy Carter? You ever meet these motherfuckers? Because I have met a couple of them. They're in their 50s and they don't know like what year it is. It's sad. Honestly, it's sad. It's no secret that physical and mental cognitive health are intimately involved with each other, and it's no surprise that this latest research suggests brain impairment too, said Rafael Perez Escamilla, a professor of public health at Yale University. Just 100 calories. Again, I implore everyone to abolish calories. There is no actual benefit of counting calories. Counting calories just makes you stressed. It makes you micromanage your food in bad ways. It makes you cut corners in bad ways. You need to kill the calories in your head. There's no such thing as calories. They're made up. It's Looney Tunes. There are no calories. I want you to understand this. The only things that matter are macro and micronutrients. There are no such thing as calories. They don't matter. Because calories are billed as like, oh, it's the raw unit of energy for the body. Yeah, 1 can of Coca-Cola and 3 cookies is not giving you as much energy as a salad, okay? I'm just letting you know. So calories don't fucking matter. In fact, calories, right, actually entered mainstream consciousness because of soda companies. Soda companies, when marketing diet sodas, right, in lower calorie sodas, they would market them and say, oh, it's only 80 calories. Oh, it's whatever. You can afford 80 calories. Buy a Coca-Cola. You can afford it. It's only 80 calories. What? Max the dog is currently, he's having a great time. So anyway, kill the calories in your head. There's no such thing. I like, even just like with these so-called professionals, I need everyone to shut the fuck up about calories, okay? Low IQ stuff. That's 2 cookies, 100 calories. Research has linked ultra-processed food consumption to health problems like obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancers. And now we are starting to realize they affect the mind. Now, we're not starting to realize that. That's a duh. I don't know what else to tell you. Right, that's a duh. I don't know. But anyway, like, I guess how they're starting to realize how it affects the mind, I guess, would be a better way to phrase that. That's because they cause inflammation, which can affect neurotransmitters in the brain. Processed foods also operate on a micro level with billions and billions, Carl Sagan would be proud, of bacteria cells that impair functioning. New research linked processed foods to cognitive decline. Researchers presented the findings at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference from a study not yet peer-reviewed in Brazil that examined the diets and cognition of 10,000 middle-aged and older adults. The findings found that participants who would be getting 20% or more of their daily calories, again, there's no such thing as calories, shut the fuck up, from ultra-processed foods, saw a far faster decline in cognitive performance over the span of 6 to 10 years. Versus people with, why is it 6 spelled out, but 10 isn't spelled out? They're both the same amount of letters. Anyway, with diets containing few processed food. What does that mean, 20%? Like, this idea, I hate calories. I hate calories. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why? Because people go like, oh, I should be getting 2,000 calories a day. Oh, I'm going to have 40% of my calories come from sugary drinks. It's only 40%. Whoa, look at me. It's only 40% of my calories. Like, that's not a thing. Right? I will tell you this, right, from my own experience. Let's assume you follow this 2,000 calorie stupid fucking restriction, okay? It's made up. No one's body's actually, you know, like, everyone's body is so different that there is no actual universal standard. It's made up. But let's assume, right, if you drink a Coca-Cola and then you eat less for dinner. Now, depending on what you're eating, let's assume you're having a salad. Right, you're having a fucking black bean and fucking spinach salad. You're chomping down on that fucking shit. Right, would you stop when you hit 200 calories? Stop eating the salad when you hit, oh, I had the Coke. I gotta stop. I hit my calorie limit. It's actually better for you. If you had like 100 calories of cookies, right, and you eat an additional 100 calories over your so-called limit of salad, that is better for you than just stopping at 2,000 calories. Again, calories and percentages, they're just not a thing. That's not a thing, okay? I need you to understand. There is no percentage of calories. There are no calories. It's fucking made up by fucking soda companies and fast food companies. There are no such thing as calories, right? There is no percent. Oh, I'm drinking a soda. It's only 4% of my daily calories. That's not a thing, okay? It's not a thing. The only thing that matters is macronutrients and micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, etc. It is a robust study, and the evidence is very consistent with what has been observed with ultra-processed food over time. Processed foods require little preparation and are often easy to consume because they usually don't lead to feeling as full as when eating whole foods like fruit and vegetables, beans, potatoes, eggs, seafood, or meat. Perez and a wide array of ultra-processed foods can be disguised or even promoted as healthy. You ever go to the grocery store and you see this fucking frozen food section? You know who, like, the Marie Calendar bullshit? Does anyone ever go there to the grocery store? You're looking through and you see the, oh, Marie Calendar, light meals, healthy choice. You know that fucking brand, Healthy Choice? You know, healthy choice. Yeah, it's got 17 grams of added sugar in it, but it's a healthy choice. Why? There's a green bean in there. Boom, healthy. This fucking shit, man. Yeah, lean cuisine. What is it? Like the Hot Pocket one, like Lean Pockets or something. Oh, it's alright. I switched from Hot Pockets to Lean Pockets. Motherfucker, you are a drug addict. This is why I call fast food, I call processed food, I call sugar and meat, I call them drugs, because that's what they are. People need to understand they are drug addicts. Anything you put into a body, your body is a drug. Like this, for example, caffeine and coffee. Boom. But I know what that drug is. I'm aware of the benefits. I'm aware of the negatives, right? And I make that calculated decision. If you're eating meat on a daily basis, if you're eating sugary stuff on a daily basis, if you're eating frozen meals on a daily basis, you might not even understand that you are on drugs. You might not even understand that you need to go to rehab. You might not understand that you need to quit cold turkey. All right? And that's one of the problems with our country. That's one of the problems with our culture. And that's one of the things that I would like to fix. Like, again, imagine if people walking around every day were getting dosed with, like, fucking opiates. Imagine. And they just didn't know. That's basically the average American diet. Don't equate sugar and meat. Shut the fuck up, Don. Anyway, let's keep going. Previous studies on ultra blah, blah, blah. Previous studies on ultra-processed foods have indicated signs of cognitive decline before, namely with increased risk of dementia. A study published last week found that for every 10% increase in the daily intake of ultra-processed foods, people... what the fuck does ultra-processed even mean? Like, let's be honest, right? Like, processed versus ultra-processed. Like, is there really a distinction? Come on now. People in the UK had a 25% higher risk of developing dementia. Ultra-processed foods are a problem not just later in life, but starting at the beginning of life in the toddler. That's when kids develop a taste or preference for ultra-processed foods that determine future risk. Now again, for the rest of my life, I will be a food addict. Why? Because my stupid fucking mom and my stupid fucking dad, right? I was raised by single parents and they would juggle me back and forth, right? And they're fucking stupid, dumb motherfuckers, right? So one of the ways that they would compete for which parent would be my favorite was by feeding me fast food. When I was as young as 5 or 6 years old, I remember getting Burger King twice or thrice a week. You know, my dad would buy me fucking pizza and ice cream and, oh, I'm the better parent. Look at me. I'm going to give you a bunch of fucking drugs even though you're 7 years old. Right? Great fucking job. Great fucking job. But anyway, again, I need you people to understand that's one of the biggest fucking problems. They put high fructose corn syrup in baby formula. They put high fructose corn syrup in baby formula. I need you to understand this. I need you to know what this country is doing to the fucking children of this country. We are being born and raised on drugs. On drugs. Like, if you're fucking injecting heroin during your pregnancy, right, and let's say your child is born with a heroin addiction, people rightfully look at that and they go like, oh, that's fucked up, we'll take that kid away, right? But if you're feeding your kid high fructose corn syrup when they're 9 weeks old, that's fine. Oh, no, that's all good. What? 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 What is processed food? Processed foods are items with very few whole ingredients and often contain flavorings, colorings, or other additives. On the list would include bread, crackers, cookies, fried snacks, cream cheese, ice cream, candy, soda, and hot dogs. Frozen meals are also at the forefront of processed foods. Studies on the American diet reveal that 58% of calories are consumed via processed food in the United States, according to a 2016 peer-reviewed study. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. So anyway, socioeconomic factors make it difficult. Percy Griffin, director of the Scientific Engagement for Alzheimer's Association, said in a statement that the latest study shows a correlation between processed foods and cognitive decline, not a direct cause, and that there are many considerations in consumption of processed foods and increase in the availability and consumption of fast, processed, and ultra-processed. Processed and ultra-processed. Like, come on now. That's just... Like, ultra-processed is a catch-all. You don't need to say processed and ultra-processed. You're just jerking yourself off at this point. Foods is due to a number of socioeconomic factors, including low access to healthy foods. That's another thing in this country, right? Remember Ronald Reagan's war on drugs? Just say no! Meanwhile, Ronald Reagan was putting crack dealers in the corners of every fucking street in predominantly black neighborhoods, right? That's what Ronald Reagan was doing with his time. Just say no! Meanwhile, Ronald Reagan, under his administration, started by Richard Nixon, of course, and didn't, you know, Jimmy Carter didn't do fucking shit about it, exacerbated processed food in this country, made fast food ubiquitous with American culture. Remember that bullshit with the first McDonald's in the Soviet Union? Remember that shit? As if, like, all the ways of democracy are making it to the communists on the Soviet. Remember that fucking shit? Jeez, I don't, because I wasn't alive, but I read about it in a book, right? So again, I don't know, man. Like, I need you to understand, you are a drug addict. You are a drug addict. I'm a drug addict. We're all drug addicts because America forced us to be. But there's a difference between a drug addict who doesn't even know that they have a problem and a drug addict who can moderate and manage their addictions. And so I want everyone to be able to try their best to stop eating garbage. And once again, that's why I would like to advertise Cooking with the Bitch Season 3 premiering in 55 minutes. If you're watching the clip version of this, then it's already there and you can go check it out. But again, because complaining is one thing, but showing and educating is a completely different thing. So anyway, there you go. That's my 30-minute meat segment done. However long that was, I don't know.